Okay, the group A comprises of list of experiments which we are going to perform on LPC 2148 and µCOS 2. So there are 5 experiments given from the University of Savitribai Phule Pune University, out of which we are going to perform 4 practicals. First is multitasking of µCOS 2 RTOS using minimum 3 tasks. Here we are going to implement 4 tasks rather than 3 tasks. Second practical will be semaphore as in signaling and synchronization on LPC 2148. Third is mailbox implementation for message passing, and the last practical in group A that we are going to perform is queue implementation for message passing. To perform this practical, we are going to use a kill compiler that we have already been discussing since last semester in embedded processor. This is just continuation of that. So this is a GUI for kill compiler. Here we are working on µCOS 2, which is a real-time operating system, and that µCOS 2 with reference to application we are going to port on the ARM7 board. So basically this is the structure for the µCOS 2, wherein applications that we are going to write on top of it. Apart from application, there is a µCOS 2 folder which has been taken directly from the laboratory. This is a real-time operating system, comprises of various C files with reference to the operating systems such as OS core, flag, mailbox, memory, mutex, queue, semaphore, task and time. This is the file that has been taken directly from the site of µCOS 2. Again, we require some device dependent files as we are going to port this particular code on top of ARM platform. So these are device dependent files which is called as oscpu.c, and generally these files have been written in assembly language as well as C language. If you want to go through a particular file, you have to just click on this file and you will see the author of this file is Genji Labrossi. He has written the file. With reference to this file, you can just go through the description for various arguments and various procedures. But we are going to work mainly throughout our semester with reference to development of application, because that is the scope given from the Savitribai Phule Pune University. So first of all, with reference to first practical, as we are going to include operating system, one of the features of real-time operating system µCOS 2 is multitasking. So we are going to perform a practical wherein we are going to see the multiple tasks are performing concurrently. For multitasking, we have taken 4 tasks. First task will be a keypad. Whenever we are going to press some key, it will get displayed to the LCD. That is second task. LCD initialization will be the second task. Third task is serial, and one more task that we are going to implement here is relay. So on off of relay. So these are the 4 tasks that we are going to implement. So to implement this task, we have to include various C files such as keypad, LCD, serial. So I will just demonstrate the first file, that is lcd.c file. So this file is been written in again embedded C for initialization of LCD with reference to LPC 2148. This is the standard procedure for writing a code for initialization of LCD. This code we are going to call in our main function or in main program. So we are doing modular programming, which will help you out in your industrial tenure throughout your life. So this is just for LCD initialization. Then for keypad initialization, we have written a code for keypad, how to initialize keypad and how to detect the key press. After that, for serial initialization, we have written a code for serial. With reference to baud rate calculation, we are going to use 9600 as the standard baud rate, and this is the standard program for serial.c. So we are going to concentrate on main.c program, which is the program which is going to tell this particular board to do multitasking. So as far as standard procedure, as we are doing modular programming, we are going to include .h, that is header files that we have already created through .c files. So after including various files, now as we are going to work with µCOS 2 for the first time, so we have to create 4 tasks, and to create a 4 tasks we have to define a stack for those tasks, and that stack should have a particular stack length so that it can occupy in the memory of LPC2148. So first we are defining the stack length as 100, and then we are assigning the stack length to various tasks. After that we are creating we are pointing a data, that is p data, to various tasks. Once we are done with this activity, then we will go onto the main program. In main program we are just defining the various directions of the port, as we are going to use those port pins for LCD, keypad and relay. Then we are initializing the target, then we are calling this OS so that OS will get initialized. After the OS gets initialized, the task, we have to create various tasks, such as with the readymade function which is given as OS task create. So we are going to create 4 tasks, namely task 0, task 1, task 2 and task 3, and this is the standard function that we are going to utilize, that has been written into task.c file. So we are just calling this function from task.c file to our main program. Once we are done with the creation of the task, then we are going to start the OS by a command which is called as OS start, and then once the OS is started, then we are going to actually define the various tasks. So here our task is to define 4 tasks. So I am just going to define the task 0. So task 0 is just for making our relay on and off. So this is the program which will make the relay on and off. Going forward to the task 1, as we have already defined lcd.c, we are just calling that function which is called as lcd.initialization, which has been written in lcd.c, and if any key is pressed, then the LCD will get the key should be entered on the LCD, or should be seen on the LCD. The third task, that is task number 2, is the serial task. So whenever we are giving some input from the keypad, that should get displayed on the terminal window. So that is the serial task. And the last task is keypad detect. So whenever the key will get detected, this will get displayed on the LCD. Once we are done with this, we will do a standard procedure which is called as compilation or building the project. So just we are building the project which is going to generate .out file or hex file which will be located in your reference folder. So you can see over here there are 0 errors and the hex file has been created at output folder. So once we are done with 0 errors, we can ignore some of the warnings. So we are ignoring those 4 warnings. So the next part is how to download the generated hex file on top of your board. So we are going to go through downloading procedure. For downloading, we are going to use a tool which is called as Flash Magic. So in Flash Magic, we will select a device, that is LPC2148. Then we are going to select a COM port. So how to select the COM port? We will go to my computer, we will right click on my computer, we will go on manage menu, then we will go on device manager, and we'll see on this particular port comp and LPT, we can see that it has detected a USB serial port which is nothing but COM24. So accordingly we will make changes in the COM port from COM port 10 to COM port 24, which is available in the drop down menu. Baud rate is standard baud rate. We are going to select 9600. We are going to use non-ISP mode. Crystal that we are going to utilize for LPC2148 is 12 MHz, and hex file we will browse and we will just select the particular hex file which we have just generated by building the project. We will open that particular hex file. Once the hex file has been opened, we will go to the board after the connection from USB to USB. Then we will go, this is the switch for downloading the program. So we will put that switch into ISP mode. We will press a reset once, and then we will again go back to the Flash Magic and we will click on start downloading. As we are downloading the µCOS 2, so it will take good amount of time to download our program onto the board. It has been seen that the program is getting downloaded on the board. you can see that once it is finished, then and this green flag is getting completed, then we can go to the board. Now program has been downloaded. Now we have to see the output on the board. So we will do from ISP mode into, we'll put this switch position from ISP mode from to run mode, and then we will press again a reset. So you can see one of the output. Now the relay has been switching on and off with reference to the delay that we have provided. LCD has been initialized, and and then whatever the keys we are going to press, that is going to get whatever the keys we are pressing, that will get displayed onto your LCD. This is the second and third task. And for the last task, that is the serial task, we will go to the tools and we will select the terminal window. Then again we will change the port from 10 to 24, and we will click on OK menu, and whatever we are going to type with reference to on the keypad, that will get displayed on the serial terminal. Say SUE Pune 41, that is getting displayed. So by virtue of performing this practical, we can learn that by using µCOS 2 we can do multiple tasks at the same time. So we have completed our first practical on multitasking of µCOS 2.